so many of you, over 200, from sports grounds, clubs, local authorities, governing bodies and other safety organisations are here today and have come together to share ideas and to take inspiration from both the speakers and from each other. We're delighted to be hosting this year's event at Lord's, and I'm sure you'll agree that it's a fantastic venue. It's undergoing a major redevelopment, and it's going to be hosting some very exciting cricket this year, including the final of the Women's World Cup in July. And it's a great day to be here at the home of cricket, holding a safety conference. Today, the governing body of cricket, the ECB, are announcing a 4-year commitment to working with the SGSA to improve spectator safety, which follows hot on the heels of record attendance for domestic cricket last season. And it's particularly appropriate because our theme for this year's conference is leadership in safety. We believe that leadership at the most senior levels is needed to create a culture which ensures that we don't become complacent about safety. That means those at the very top of our sports grounds, clubs, national governing bodies engaging with safety and understanding how critically important it is to the way that we operate and run our sporting events. It means raising the strategic profile of safety so that it doesn't become something which is taken for granted. I've just come from a breakfast meeting with chairs and executives from a number of governing bodies, and it was great to hear their personal commitment to safety, and you'll be hearing from some of them on the opening panel. So what does being a leader in safety mean? Well, it means creating a culture that prioritises safety, being committed to safety and sharing that vision, investing in it when it needs to be invested in, not being complacent about the risks. It means acknowledging challenging issues and not shying away from tackling them, keeping pace with the world around us and the changing context, and responding to new risks to ensure spectator safety remains a priority. And we all have a role to play. As the safety regulator, the SGSA must ensure that the system as a whole is fit for purpose, both for today and for the future. This week, we've launched a consultation about what safety means in today's context and how it should be regulated. In a nutshell, we think that safety means being protected from all dangers which could cause harm or injury at a sports ground. And in today's context, that isn't just about ensuring that the structures are safe and that people can get in and out safely. Of course, those things are critically important and must be continued to be managed well. But safety should also mean being protected against new challenges, including the growing risk from terrorism. And it should include protection from existing risks that might not previously have been considered to be about safety. Crowd disorder, for example, if it could cause harm or injury. For someone going to a game of cricket, a football match, a rugby match, in today's world, they would be expected to be kept safe from all of those risks. There'll be an opportunity to discuss this further in the workshop session on this topic. And in the workshop and the consultation, we're seeking the views of all stakeholders on what this means. We want to work in partnership and address these challenges together. And let's take that spirit of partnership into today. This is a unique opportunity in our busy working lives to share ideas and to learn from each other. And I invite you to make the most of that opportunity, because we know that we are safer when we work together. And I ask you to reflect throughout the day on what you can do to be a leader in safety, and what your organisation needs to do to create a strong safety culture that prioritises the safety of spectators. All that is left is for me to thank the SGSA team for all the hard work that has gone into today, and to introduce our chair, Rob Bonnet. Now, Rob really needs no introduction. He will be familiar to many of you as the voice of sport on Radio 4's Today programme. His Wikipedia entry suggests that prior to his illustrious BBC career, he was also both a dustman and a disc jockey. So I am sure that we're in for an entertaining day. The Sports Minister, Tracy Crouch, was keen to be here with us today but unfortunately has another pressing engagement. She's asked us to share this video with you to kick off the day.
I'm very sorry that I can't be with you all for today's SGSA conference, but I wanted to take this opportunity to recognise and say thank you to all of those involved in delivering safe and enjoyable spectator experiences for the many thousands of those who attend live sporting events. The sector needs to be alive to the new challenges it faces, and how can we use new technology to reach out to spectators and improve awareness of such threats? I'm pleased to see that some of the sessions today will be looking at these themes. I was privileged to go behind the scenes at Stamford Bridge earlier this year to see firsthand the work that goes on to deliver a successful and safe football match. I was impressed by the dedication and professionalism of the many staff there and at grounds across the country who work to deliver safe sporting events. From those high up in control room monitoring the crowds to the frontline armies of stewards who meet and greet spectators, as well as perhaps the less glamorous but essential work of safety officers, the safety advisory groups, and all those in local authorities working behind the scenes to ensure the legislation, safeguards and necessary checks are in place. You all make a massive contribution to live sport and the enjoyment that it gives to so many people. For the first time, the government's sports strategy has recognised the value of spectator sport. Experiencing live sport can be powerful and positive. People who regularly turn up and experience live sport, particularly when they support a specific team or athlete, can enjoy improved well-being or greater community engagement. Just as people are more likely to play sport if they can access the right experience in the right environment, I firmly believe they are also more likely to watch sport if the offer and experience is positive, inclusive and accessible. The sports ground safety sector plays a vital role in delivering that vision. I know that you have an interesting day ahead of you with some excellent speakers, all capably overseen by the BBC's Rob Bonnet. So thank you again for the huge contribution and difference you make to the lives of sports fans, and enjoy your day.